Mike.
Hi Ruben. With Alejandro Garnacho, he's not started in many Premier League games recently, starting against Arsenal. What more do you want to see from him, maybe around training, around himself, to force his way into your team? Is he a player that you see having a good future at United?
Yeah, that is clear. He has talent. He needs to learn to play in a little bit in a different position. He needs to play better inside. He improves a lot the recovering position when he doesn't have the ball. But doing that, sometimes he's not in the right place to make transition like he was in the past, because I prefer to defend and then build up with all the team to reach the final third. So he's finding the best way to play in this system. Is improving. Is improving during training. So he started the last game. Let's see tomorrow.
So,
hi Ruben. Harry Maguire's impressed since you came in. What have you made of his impact of coaching him? He said at the weekend it was a no-brainer on your part extending his contract, but it seems like his confidence has grown playing under you.
I think he changed the way he sees himself. More than because I believe a lot in Harry. I think I said this when we signed the new contract. You can say the new contract, that he needs to improve on the pitch and outside the pitch. And you can see the way he plays now is different because he believes a lot in himself. So I think we have to praise more Harry than me. So he is doing a great job. He was sick in the last game. He was dead in the end, and that's what I want from every player. So he has to continue to do a good job.
Do you think he's better suited to playing in a back three than with just one centre back next to him?
I think he can do both. I think is really good for him, not just without the ball, but with the ball. He's always in the center. He's not on the left side, on the right side. So I think he is really good with the ball in that position. In the future, he will have more space to cover because we will not play with 4 in the back. We will play with the 3 in the back. But in this moment, with a lot of crosses, and you can see it when we are defending more low, Arsenal did a lot of crosses. With Harry, we control that area, so it's really important. Set pieces is really important for us, and you can see in this league, it's really important to be good in set pieces. So I think the system is really good for Harry, but like I said, the most important thing is Harry. He feels more as an important player in the team, and as a leader. I feel that he's a leader again, so it's really important for us.
Chris.
Hi, Ruben. You were angry at Liverpool because the players showed what they can do when they have to, and again, they were very good on Sunday at Arsenal. You'll learn more about them tomorrow, that you say. How, as a coach, can you get them to go back to those levels against Southampton, or is it not your problem? Is it on them?
No, it's also my problem. I'm trying to help them to understand that, but we have to do it as a team. But I think it's clear. Everybody can see that in some games we are a different team, and we have to be really consistent on that. I'm trying to do the same things to explain the strengths and the weakness of every team, and then tomorrow we have to perform, and we have to understand that the expectations are bigger, and we have to have more ball, and we have to control more the game, and that sometimes is harder to play against these teams because I think, again, we have a lack of goal. We don't spend a lot of times doing this. This team in the past scored a lot of goals from transition, not from building up in the half of the opponent pitch. So we'll see tomorrow. We have a lot to improve, but the way we face the game has to be the same.
Do you think after the last 2 games there are now no excuses to go back to that other level again?
For me, there is never excuses. So you have to accept when we had a bad performance, when the opponent is better. But in the small details, I think we need to I think it's really clear for everybody that if we are the same team that we were against Liverpool and Arsenal, we will be a better team against any opponent.
Laurie.
Ruben. A small detail perhaps, but I think in the Arsenal game, Bruno Fernandes came across to you and had a conversation and you shuffled things around. Martinez went a bit further up. Was that an injury thing or a tactical thing? And how much do you speak to your players when you're sort of gathering this kind of information and making your decision?
Yeah, I think it's a team effort, and the Martinez could not run anymore. In the back line, Bruno Fernandes says that he was really tired, and then in the back line, if you have one ball, you are dead. So it's better to change, let Martinez there. So first point was Bruno. Then the second point, we change. Ahmad was doing the defending and Toby in front, and then Adelio, my assistant, says let's change it. So I change it. So it's like a team effort. It's not me. It's everybody was paying attention to the game, and we try to maintain the results, try to go to penalties. So it was a team performance and in all aspects.
On the fullback situation, obviously Diogo's suspended for the game. How is Martinez? How's Harry, injuries wise? So what are you thinking there?
Harry, we will see. We cannot lose him, so we will see. Martinez, I think, is okay. Diogo cannot play. His fault. And we'll see the wingers for tomorrow.
Oh.
Hi Ruben, have you got time frames for when we might see Luke Shaw and Mason Mount back?
Luke Shaw is near than Mason Mount. Mason Mount will take a little bit longer. Luke, we will see in the next week or two. We'll see if he's returning.
There's no danger that Mason might not play again this season, though. It's not that serious.
No, he's not. No.
Jamie.
Hi, Ruben. Just following on from what Chris said and kind of what you've been mentioning, against Arsenal, there seemed to be a bit of a, I don't know if you call it nastiness, but maybe an edge from your players. Like, I don't think it's exaggerated to say in the past United have been a bit too passive. Is that something which you would agree with? Do you want to see your players more, I don't know what you call it, professional or just edgy, sort of?
I think we want to be a team that is hard to play. It's like I had this feeling, especially at home in the last games, that we were easy to play, and we have to be honest with that. So, if we face the competition the right way, we will be tough to beat for any opponent. So that's what I wanted. That's what I felt in the last two games.
You talk about Maguire, and in that game, he seemed a lot more. Angry, cheesed off, like you didn't want to get beaten, and that's kind of what I'm talking about as a collective for your team, just to be more sort of,
It's a proud thing, yeah. I think that we need to think about that, and we have to feel it, and I think we start doing that. So that's why the game tomorrow is so important for us. It's not just the results, the performance, it's something more profound than that. So we have to continue to do our job.
Last question, Paul.
Hi, Ruben. Just coming on to what your answer to Ian earlier about playing teams where you have more possession. Do you think you have got the tools to actually dominate games, and rather than when you're sort of sitting back and hitting on?
I think we as a team are not used to spend a lot of time in the last third of the opponent. We had some games here that we lost, and we had that control, but the threat was not there, and we have to have time to train that, and the players have to spend a lot of time during training, during the game, to be good at this moment. So and if you see, and I saw a lot of games before, we scored a lot of goals like Garnacho doing transitions, Rashford, but then you see the difference of our goals is like always negative, and it's still negative, and I think that is a biggest problem in our team: the lack of goals, in the lack of ability to play in the last third of the opponent, to control the games, and to control more the games. So we know that we need time to train. We try to pass the information, but it's harder for us to score in that way than in transitions.
Thank you.
Ruben Amorim addressed key topics in his pre-match press conference ahead of Manchester United's clash with Southampton. On Alejandro Garnacho, the manager praised the young talent's improvement in defensive positioning and adaptability to a central role, but stressed the need for further development to suit the team's system. Amorim sees Garnacho as a crucial part of United's future. and hinted at potential opportunities for him in upcoming matches. Regarding Harry Maguire, Amorim highlighted the captain's increased confidence and leadership, crediting his recent performances to self-belief. Maguire's importance in set pieces and adaptability in various defensive formations were also emphasised. Amorim called for greater consistency, particularly against lower-ranked teams, noting the difference in intensity between recent matches against top sides and others. He acknowledged the need for improvement in dominating possession in the final third and creating sustained goal-scoring opportunities, while providing injury updates. Amorim mentioned Luke Shaw could return soon, though Mason Mount will take longer to recover. With Diogo Dalot suspended, the manager expressed confidence in the squad's depth to handle the challenges ahead. Tomorrow's game is seen as vital for proving United's progress and maintaining their competitive edge.